sudden we heard this snap from the mast.
But there's like 40, a 40 something knot.
We can handle this for a few more hours, then we'll get through this little calm period.
I hate you so much, Bobby! Just want to be friends.
Love us! Welcome to our self-inflicted adventure.
What seems like a lifetime ago, we left Australia intending to sail our way around the world.
It's been a rollercoaster since then, and while the plan has changed many times, we've been laughing our way through and learnt a new lesson for every step of the way.
And between us, the real adventure has only just begun.
Last episode on sailing Millennial Falcon.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay. This will be the last bit of land that we see for 7 to 8 days. Noticed that there was a bit of a jiggle in the hydrovane, in one of the hydrovane A brackets. Morning.
It's 9 AM, day 3.
Yep. I think we're settling into our groove now. But it is now my time to sleep, which is why I'm dressed in my pajama jams.
Yeah.
Or not. Or they're just my day clothes, so I just wear it to bed.
Lost track of days already.
What's happened?
Just had one of the turning block for the reef, first reef line rip out of the deck.
What do we need to do now?
Oh yeah, go have a look.
We were just taking out our reef. Sorry?
Need scissors.
Okay, I'll go and get scissors. Hold on. We've been going with pretty much 2 reefs and a full main. We shortened the main a little bit last night, and it was meant for a calmer night's sleep. I think we're getting like up to 25 knots, so we've been very well reefed considering that it's kind of benign conditions. We were just about to shake out one of our reefs, as we've only been, I think the max we've been seeing is about 20 knots, and we were tightening down on the reefing point, on the reefing line, and all of a sudden we heard this snap from the mast. So Adam is out there now and he's trying to tie the shackle sheave thing back onto the deck plate, and I just passed him some paracord to do it. It's kind of the smallest thing that's going to fit in the space right now, so we'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, I think we'll just need to keep an eye out for chafe. We'll definitely buy a new shackle for it or something when we actually get to Bermuda. How's that?
Looks like it's holding.
Alright.
Crank it on till the sails. Right. Gonna let the second one off.
Really want bigger winches. It's one of my biggest gripes about this boat. The winches are just really undersized for this amount of canvas. And this is a sheet winch. The one you're supposed to do the halyards with, forget about it. You know the worst part about all this is we've barely gained half a knot.
Oh no.
Not content with only a half a knot gain and with the apparent wind just forward of the beam, it was time to pop the staysail.
How are we looking?
5.5, 6 from 13, it's not bad. It's dropped off since we hoisted it, but that's cool. Still have 5.5, 6.
It's not hurting us, so it looks pretty. Need to get the crinkles out of it. It needs some air time.
It also kind of gives us something to do on a passage as well, when you're sitting around just like catching up on sleep, reading book, you just
Especially when this thing's driving. It's
yeah,
just
exactly.
like
just really not really doing too much. Usually when we had our... Actually, I think we'll talk about our hydrobane on like another time.
When we get there, we'll do a full comprehensive review. We've learned a lot about it and we're both really impressed.
Yeah. Adam still won't give it a nickname and vetoes all of my nicknames. So I'm just going to call him Happy Hydro for now.
Happy's not a bad name.
Happy. Happy, he's so happy, he's hydroing.
What wasn't it last passage? That was day 3 when you went loopy and started laughing at my...
We've decided to put it up with again. I can't even hold it. I can't even hold a sentence.
Come on, get it together.
Look at Adam. Okay, hysteric's over. All I just need now is just a can of cream, air cream, and then I'm all good.
Oh, damn. I'm bringing that on the full crossing.
I go crazy with that canned cream.
We need to replace that scene in the intro where you're losing, like totally lost it.
Yeah.
Hysterics. You were sat right there, probably not far from this very spot.
That's true.
It's 9:15, morning of day 4. We had a pretty nice couple of days really. The last 3 days have been really smooth, pretty consistent, sort of 18 to 23 knots. We've had anywhere from 2 reefs to a full canvas, depending on how much slip we're getting, how the boat's behaving, how she's balancing out. But generally, we've been making easy 6s and 7s the whole time. Today's the day that I expect things to change. I'm running a new forecast now, but we're expecting a period of calm for the next sort of 24 hours, depending on which forecast you listen to. And then it'll either persist with the calm all the way into Bermuda with sort of patches of breeze, or it will be a front coming through which will be really rainy and squally, and we could have, you know, anywhere up to 30 something knots. I think it's PWE, the red one, which is a PredictWind proprietary prediction, say that 10 times fast, based on the ECMWF forecast. They're not in agreement at all. So I'm running a new one now. Hopefully they start to agree with one another as to what's going to happen. Otherwise it's a coin toss as to what we're in for the last sort of 48 hours going into Bermuda.
Is it day 4?
Yep.
Day 4, and I've decided to give hand steering a go for a little while just because it's an activity to do, which you always kind of need on passage, and it's nice because I actually haven't hand steered the whole time. Old mate's been doing it out there, so it's nice to kind of get back in touch with the boat. And she is performing so well. Adam and I were just having a conversation. We've got like max 12 knots, and she's like powering through. We're doing like, I'm seeing 6.7, 6.9, 7 knots out of 13.5 knots of wind. Like, she's doing so well. My lovely little boat. She's really impressing us today. Actually, throughout the whole journey, she's really, I'm very much loving her. She's getting us there safely, and minor incidents so far, all the stuff that we've had problems of so far are like fairly trivial, which is good. I think I woke up today, I only woke up like half an hour ago, and it's like really nice sky. I gave myself a baby whitewash, but predicting that there will be a calm either later on today or tomorrow, so we might be able to have a shower if the engines run. I think it's halfway day and it's feeling good, I'm feeling good.
Haven't put a fishing line out this whole trip because it's been a bit wild. First calm, seeing all this Sargasso grass out here, I'm like, there's got to be fish under there. Let's put a line out. Khiara gets here, hands me the line, Bobby, out of nowhere, just hanging out.
4 days from any land. Sargasso hit number 1 and it's been 30 seconds. So annoying.
I hate you so much, Bobby! Go away! I will shoot you with a flare gun. Oi! It's a fishing lure. Why you gotta do this, man? You got the whole friggin' ocean. The whole ocean. 10 seconds it was in the water. 10 seconds and we nearly caught a bird.
Hey babe, friend's back.
What are you doing?
I think you've made a friend for life.
Well, he better go catch me a fish then. He's not gonna let me get my own. Feet by hand.
Not yet proficient at fishing. So according to our forecast, we have to stick out this calm for another hour and 20 minutes until 2 hours and 20 minutes actually, until the wind starts to pipe back up again. And this calm is like, I've seen 9-10 knots, and then after 5 o'clock it should pick back up. So we're here like crossing our fingers, whistling for the wind, hoping it doesn't get any calmer, because we can just make like 5.5 to 6 knots out of 10 or 11. So if we can handle this for a few more hours, then we'll get through this little calm period.
Khiara's got some tall fishing tails for us all. What did you see, babe?
It was one of those ones that had like the big pointy nose to it and like a big fin on the back. Adam thinks it was a marlin.
Or one of those ones.
Yeah, one of those ones.
One of those ones.
But then like it just leapt out of the water and then just went straight back in and was like hooks out. Oh, it was such a brief moment. We almost caught something! That wasn't Sargasso!
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do this again, aren't I? Come on, I know you're out there.
We have next to no wind. We've got 8-7 knots of wind. We've been motoring for about 4 hours now. We would otherwise just bob around and wait for the wind, but the weather, the forecast for the day we arrive, sort of after our ETA, is like really crap. If we can at all avoid it, I don't want to have to like go into Town Cut, go into Bermuda, which is a pretty reefy, precarious area, in 35 knots and howling rain and wind, if I can avoid it. So we're just gonna do what we have to do to get where we need to be. Anyway, in order to stave off boredom, I have got sort of some short sails up, just enough that they don't get all flappy and weird and annoying. And what I've done is, because we don't have a spinnaker pole right now, I've prevented the boom out, and I've set the sails so that the head sail is filling, so we're sort of wing on wing, but a bit of an unorthodox wing on wing, which lets us run. It's not really working at the moment because I'm desperately trying to keep the head sail full, when I run downwind, we should be able to run much closer downwind than we were previously. But it's just collapsing as we speak.
I think it's because we're motoring that we're creating apparent wind, and so the mainsail is filling on the wrong side. I'm pretty sure otherwise it would have worked.
Oh well, experiment fail.
Experiment failed, or postponed until another day. How about that?
Oh, I want a spinnaker pole. I want a nice telescopic carbon fiber, no beak ring things. I just want one. It's the next upgrade we make. It'd be life-changing.
Life-changing.
It would be. We could pull out the heady now, have full canvas, pull out the heady, prevent the main, and just let the boat just charge downwind.
In other news, I'm making some dough for some pizza tonight. My basil plant has thrived since being out here for about 4 days now, and every time I walk past it I can smell basil, which is so delicious, and it's reminding me of pizza. So pizza tonight, and I think we'll go and have our hot showers now too. To day 4. I think we've gotten a bit stupid on day 4. We're like almost bored, so we're like, what are we doing? How can we do it? What?
Just tonking along. Do you have a report for the crew at home?
We're motoring still. It's I think we've been motoring since early in the morning, and we just can't get out of this hole unless we motor, and we need to beat this bad bit of weather that's coming towards us, and hopefully we're going to avoid it by the time we like just arrive in Bermuda. Literally there is like a 12-hour gap that we have to arrive, settle down, get onto anchor before this like horrible thing blows through.
And if the forecast is anything to go by, the day after, like if we were to dawdle out here for a day or 2 days whistling for the wind, but there's like 40, like, you know, a 40 something knot, like, I don't know if you know predict wind, but the color scheme they use is pretty aggressive. So like 22, 23 knots is red, which seems a bit over the top, but like 40 knots is like black. And there's this like it's hurricane territory. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but 2 of the models are tipping like some pretty hairy stuff 2 days after our arrival ETA. So there's just no time to be taking chances. And Bermuda's not a place you want to like charge into in the dark. It's, you know, frazzled and reefed down, hanging on for dear life, because it's an archipelago, so there's reef and channels everywhere.
We don't actually usually drink on passage. Got to keep some morale up. It's fairly flat out here, and it's pizza night, exactly. Where are they?
Where'd they go? There you are. There he is. He's messing. Hey, Slipper, get over here.
Dolphins!
Come on guys, come and surf. They're only little. Zippy. Oh, he's nice. Just want to be friends.
Love us! Yeah, they're just everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, that was a big one.
Oh, this is like so zoomed in, this lens. And I keep just getting like half a dolphin. Look at them! Oh, they're just playing around, laughing. So nice. Finally, we saw some wildlife on our journey. It was getting a bit sparse beforehand.
Well, you've had a marlin too.
That's
or
true.
some kind of
I still haven't
sword-faced,
looked it up.
fin-wearing fish.
Sword-faced, fin-wearing. Yep, that's the one. Yep. No, this is